Jack Fletcher, Tough Sports TV, and I'm delighted to be joined by Carl Greaves and the main man, David Avanesyan. How's it going, boys?
Good, thank you.
Good, mate.
I know it's a little bit late in the day, but did you both have a good Christmas and New Year?
Yeah, it's been okay. We've been training through it all, to be honest. Christmas Day and we just had New Year's Day off and Christmas Day. But no, we had Christmas Day off, but we trained all the way through New Year, yeah.
Still work, mate.
No Christmas dinner in the gym then?
No, we had Christmas dinner at my house.
Good stuff. So, 20th of Feb, third time lucky. Is it going to happen this time, Carl?
I hope so, mate. Yeah, bloody hell, eh? This is the 3 pull-outs. This is the 4th time, so fingers crossed.
Obviously, it's quite demoralising when you've got a big fight lined up and then it gets pulled. I think I can remember on the second fight that was due to happen at the O2 Arena, I interviewed both you guys just a couple of weeks before at DCT Boxing Academy in Ice and Green, and then the COVID hit, the lockdown hit, and then you're back to square one again. What's your mentality like going into this, David?
I said first time no for March, first time for 2018, yeah, for Kelly.
Yeah.
2018 for fight for Sheffield. And before 5 days, before 3 hours for fight, say no fight. I did March for second time change. It's my mentality same is comfortable for fight, is focus for fight, hard work, and everything. Thinking for now for February 20 February is, I hope so, no change, is 20 February is fight day. Everything is okay, is fight day.
Good stuff. Carl, you've watched sort of Josh Kelly over the years on the amateur circuit, on the professional scene as well. I'm sure as a coach, you've probably studied him very hard. He's clearly a gifted, talented fighter with a lot in his arsenal. What chinks have you seen in Josh Kelly's armour?
Like I said before, I've probably watched Kelly more times than I've watched any other fighter in my life, because it's been 2 years in the making, this fight. We've had, obviously, 3 cancellations, and this is the 4th time, so I've watched him plenty of times. I've seen good things, but I've seen some bad things that he does as well that I think we can exploit. I just think that David's all wrong for him, to be honest. I mean, he's a very, very good, high-skilled fighter. You know what I mean? He's got good angles, good movement, good footwork, but the high-intensity pace that David's going to set, he's just not going to be able to live with David. I'm really confident about that. I just don't think he'll be able to live with David. Once David gets into his stride and gets a grip of him, I think Kelly will be in a heap of trouble.
Okay. It's getting to that point now where the fight's not too far away. 20th of Feb, time's ticking. The intensity's ramping up in the gym. What have you guys been working on in the gym over the past week or so?
How's training going?
Good. Is working, training for Monday before Saturday, 2 sessions, and rest Sunday. Every day training. Carl give me good training, is hard work. Today running crazy. Today morning crazy run sprints. Now speaking, I go sleep, and things 5 o'clock again for gym, boxing session. Everything is okay. I hope still same, everything good. And February 20, showtime.
Yeah, I mean, training's going very well. We're doing 2 sessions a day. In the week, if he's looking a bit tired, which he isn't doing at the moment, then I'll give him a bit more time off, but give him an extra day off. But at the moment, we're doing 2 sessions a day, Monday to Friday, and we're doing a Saturday morning. He's resting Saturday afternoon and having Sunday off as well. So it's working well at the minute. But I'm a very experienced trainer. I know when my fighters need a rest. I know how hard to train them, when to train them at the right times. And I think that's the important thing at this level. You need to know what you're doing at the right times with your fighters. And like I've said before, I mean, I've been around a long time, and we've been together 5 years now. I know how David works. I know when he's tired, when he's not, and he's working perfect. And I really feel that we're going to get this spot on the ready for the 20th of February.
Just talk to me a little bit about the logistics then, Carl. Does David fly over from Russia kind of before Christmas? So he's been with you for quite a while now.
Yeah, he starts his camps in Russia over there with his Russian coach. And then 6-7 weeks before, he comes over to me. And then I do all the fine tuning, the pads, just basically ironing everything out, getting good sparring in and working with him in that sense. But we've had a little bit longer this time because of the break. We've probably had an extra week together. When the fights got postponed January the 30th, he went back home for 10 days. Well, he actually had 3 nights in Dubai just to relax, get a bit of sun. Then he went back home to Russia. He had 5 days training there twice a day. Then come back to me a couple of Saturdays ago. So he had a little bit of a break, which was nice because obviously he can't train all the way through. It would have burnt out. So so like I say, he comes over to me and I get all the fine tuning, the good pads of sparring and working on the tactics and just going through things with him really.
It's Christmas Day and New Year is still for England. Now see my family.
Yeah, because he obviously never saw his family all over Christmas and New Year. He needed to go back and go and see him when the fight got postponed, and it's worked out perfect. Really, it's recharged and refreshed him. It's been nice for him to go home and see his family, and it's helped him. It's good for his mentality as well. You know what I mean? It's been very good.
It must be really tough for David to have these fights cancelled, all the travelling he's been doing. It must be a little bit demoralising at times, but now we've got to the point where 20th of Feb, it's all happening, and it could be a good result on the night for you, David.
Yeah. 20th of Feb, you're looking forward to it, yeah?
Yes, too long I made this fight. 1 year now is before. I have many training, many sparring for this fight. Is change. I hope so. 20 February is last change. No more change.
I've got to ask you a question, David. It's not boxing related. Obviously, you had Christmas dinner with Carl. As a Russian man, do you like Brussels sprouts?
Brussels sprouts?
The balls, the Brussels sprouts. You like? They make you.
Carl, give me only good dinner, understand? For everything, for my weight, everything is okay.
You got well looked after then.
Yeah. You like the prawn cocktail starter, mate? Definitely.
Good stuff. So we've got Josh Kelly. He's clearly a dangerous fighter. He's got a few knockouts on his record. He's tipped for big things. There's a lot of hype surrounding Josh Kelly. What are his main strengths, Josh, from your point of view as a coach, Carl?
Well, he's got a good amateur pedigree. He's a former Olympian. He's a rising star of British boxing, really. I mean, obviously, Eddie's got to put a lot of faith in him, think he's going to do big things. But this is his crossroads fight, really. If he can beat David, he can go on and do good things. But I just think it's come a little bit too soon for Josh Kelly. I think his style's more made for the amateurs. He looks fantastic early doors, but if you look at all his fights, he seems to fade. And he's fading against fighters who's nowhere near as good as David, who won't be setting the same pressure and high intensity as what David will. So I'm looking at it like this. If he's fading in fights after 5 or 6 rounds against lower opposition than David, what's it going to be like for him when he's fighting someone with the high intensity work rate of David, with the power that David's got in both hands, the way he hits to the body? Is Kelly going to be able to take that? I mean, I think at welterweight as well, he don't look great at welterweight. He seems a little bit flat on the scales. He struggles a bit. And you can tell in the fights that he just hasn't got the strength and the power to keep kids off. So he's been knocking kids over and looking great early on in his career. But if you look at his last few fights, he hasn't looked fantastic. He's struggled later on in fights. And this is where we're hoping that it will all pay off for David, because David is very, very strong. We're having to get 2 or 3 sparring partners in for David. You know what I mean? Because he's setting such a high work rate and intensity, the kids can't keep with him. So, I mean, obviously, the only one that really gives David a good spar is Echo Esserman. He hangs in there. He's a good spar, Echo is. and full credit to him. But other than that, I mean, we're having to get quite a lot of sparring in for David to keep him fresh, because David works you over and he grinds you down and he gets to you. And I'm really confident that's what he's going to do with Josh Kelly.
I mean, historically, David's targeted the body and smashed the body to bits on many opponents. Is that something that you guys are going to implement against Josh Kelly, targeting the body?
I'm changed my friend in body and head and everything. See for February 20, February 20. No, I'm not thinking only for body Josh Kelly and for head Josh punch for head Josh Kelly. I'm thinking only that I need win. Is what job me for Carl Check is see 20 February 20.
I know there was a little bit of back and forth with the coaches and a bit of bad blood on the run up to this fight, but between yourself, David, and Josh Kelly, is it ultimate respect, or is there a bit of needle in there as well?
Respect for Josh.
Yeah.
No, it's I respect for everybody fighter who understand this. I know it. I am fighter. I know what is hard work. Understand it's difficult. It's for me very difficult. I check for my family for he understand for 2 months, 8 weeks, 6 weeks. Is not see my family. Is not see friends. See only my English friends. Anytime here for me together every day. And no, I know speak, but for Kelly and Kelly good boxer is I don't know what is people. Just me need see 20 February for ring fight. I need win this fight. Is good luck. Finish.
Carl, you had some amazing memories with David over the past couple of years on his rise to glory. What's it been like for you as a coach working with David, and what would it mean to you to see him get his hand raised on the night when if he defeats Josh Kelly?
Yeah, like I've said to people before, I mean, this is a massive fight, but it's not the biggest fight David's been involved in. You got to remember that David's been a world champion. I mean, and he's boxed Shane Mosley. I mean, look at Shane Mosley, an absolute legend. You know what I mean? He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He's a fantastic fighter over the years, Shane Mosley. I know he's coming to the end of his career, but he was coming off wins, and his trainer at the time was Roberto Duran. So we've had some surreal moments in boxing, and this is a massive fight. It's an probably the most high-pressured fight I've been involved with because of the animosity from the pull-out the first time, and obviously we wasn't happy as a team. Neil Marsh made it loud and clear to Adam Booth on the press conference what he thought about him and the situation. So it's an high-pressured fight. It's not the biggest fight we've been involved with. It's probably the most high-pressured one we've been involved with. But we've been all over the world. We've been Monte Carlo. We've been Arizona. We've been in Reno, Nevada, Cincinnati, Bilbao twice, Barcelona. I mean, it's been an absolute incredible journey. And thanks to this, man, we've seen some great times together. It's been an amazing story. It hasn't finished yet. We've still got plenty more to come. And I know that once he beats Kelly, we're looking at getting a world title fight.
Yeah, I was going to come to that. What's the blueprint after the Kelly fight, all being well, over the next 12 months? Where do you want to see David Avanesyan this time next year?
I'll let David answer this. Where do you want to be after Kelly?
I never see after fight. I'm only now for focus for this fight. I need to win this fight for Kelly, and after I want, it's me win this fight. Exactly, is I want for come back for world title fight. It's bigger fight. Is I win Kelly and speaking for next what is I hope give me big fight for world title and me give everything for check for world title. Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Me and Carl have fight for Roberto Duran and Shane Mosley together. two big names.
Yeah.
I know that you don't want to look past your next fight, but I will ask you the question. Not all boxers want to give a prediction on the result, but what's going to happen in this fight? Are you going to get him out of there, David?
What's going to happen in fight?
For Kelly fight.
Yeah, what's going to happen?
It's good fight. What me think? It's good fight. It's good experience for me. only one bad this fight for too long. Understand? It's 1 year. David possible have 3 fight is change. There is no have no one fight. Is too much training, too much time, lost time training. Everything is no fight. Is God no understand? Maybe need this. I don't know.
How are you going to win? How are you going to win this fight?
How?
Yeah.
I give everything for win this fight. I don't know how is I give everything.
Carl, from analysing David in training, watching how he's been developing, from your professional sort of viewpoint, is he going to get Josh Kelly out of there?
I think he will do, yeah. I think it'll be a late stoppage, definitely. The way David's performing, the ferocity is in his intensity is unbelievable. His high work rate, his fitness levels are off the scale, and he can go 12 rounds at an high pace non-stop. And I know that Kelly can't. I've seen Kelly, I've studied him, and I know that he fades in fights. Unless he's going to bring something to the table that he hasn't in his last 3 fights, I think David gets him out of there late on. I really do. I'll be surprised, but if Kelly can show me anything different, because I think he's got that style where he can't really change. You know what I mean? I don't think he's strong enough to push David back, and he can't be on his back foot for 12 rounds because it's just impossible. You've got to be absolutely super mega fit and making the weight comfortably to be able to keep someone off for 12 rounds and using your feet. And I just don't think he'll be able to do that. So, yeah, I'm pretty confident David will get him out of there. It's going to be a fantastic fight. Like I said, it might be a slow burner to get going, but once David gets a grip of him and gets an hold of him, then I can only see one winner.
Okay, great stuff. Carl, also, any sort of updates on any other fights, any news? I know that you've got a lot of boxers in your stable that are looking to get opportunities at the minute. Anything you want to add to the interview at all?
Yeah, I've got Brad Dawes a good job in Dubai on the 6th of February against Mark Mikier, another unbeaten fighter from MTK. So that's a fantastic platform for Brad Dawes. He's going to be going out there with his trainer Chris Slatcher. So really looking forward to that. I've got there's mention of a fight for Ellis Machin, and the phone started ringing now. So I've just said to the fighters, look, get yourself in the gym. If you want to fight, make sure you're ready because the phone's ringing now. And obviously, there's chance here to get some good fights behind closed doors. I'm not too bothered about putting me unbeaten prospects out there, but I will do if it's the right fight and they want to take the job because it's going to be 18 months by the time they fight again. I mean, obviously, by the time it comes round again, September we're looking at for small or boxing. That'll be 18 months since most of them's boxed, my prospects. So if they want to fight, I'm willing to let them, but yeah, I mean, the phone's ringing now. They need to get themselves in the gym and get themselves ready if they want to take these jobs.
I'm guessing that's a message for all professional boxers, really, from yourself, Carl. You know, get out on the road, get running, get training, get fit, and get fight ready then.
Yeah, definitely, because, I mean, obviously with this COVID testing as well, I mean, you've seen the last quite a lot of shows recently, all the shows since the last lockdown when we resumed boxing. They've all been failing COVID tests. Everybody, either the fighter or somebody in the team. So there's chance that the phone's going to ring. You know what I mean? If you want to be a boxer and want to prepare to fight, then you've got to get yourself in the gym because there's going to be a lot of chopping and changing these next few weeks with all these big shows coming up, and the virus is spreading big now. So there's a lot of people who don't even know they've got COVID. I mean, it's 1 in 3 that they're having it. They don't even have any symptoms. So they're not going to be passing the test. So that means the door's going to be open. There's going to be opportunities there for fighters.
Carl, David, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you both today. David or Carl, do you want to thank any sponsors? Any sort of final words at all?
Yeah, like I said, just thank everybody for the support. We're getting quite a few sponsors involved with David now. You got Body Built, the clothing company, they're sponsoring David. You've got For Fit's Sake, Prep Meals, they're sponsoring David as well. You've got Chipmunks Slots. You've got Bad Intention Boxing. So he's getting quite a lot out of it. He's got Zenden from Russia. So we're getting a lot of support for David now, and obviously if he wins this fight, it's a big high-profile fight live on Sky TV. Ringside, yeah, we can't forget Ringside. They supply him with all the top quality gear, gloves and the training gear. Really high quality.
Everybody, thank you for who support me and my team. Thank you for my family who give me good motivation. And 20 February, I hope give for your fight, show good fight, and still,
baby.
Just one final question. You beat Josh Kelly. Who do you want next, David? Who do you want to fight next? Can you give us a name?
Next, I want next for world title. I'm open for every fighter. For big fight.
Any names, Cole?
He keeps saying Pacquiao. He'd love to fight Pacquiao. That's somebody he keeps mentioning in the gym.
Pacquiao is good guy. Yeah. Good people. Good boxer.
What about the winner of Pacquiao?
Maybe. You think it's fight 100% still?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
I think joking.
He thinks it's a joke.
Apparently it's happening.
It's what weight fight? Welterweight.
Yeah, I'm unsure.
I think Pacquiao win.
We'll see. Watch this space. David, Carl, thanks for coming on Tough Sports TV. Great to speak to you both, and hopefully I'll see you soon.
Top man. Nice one, Jack. Thank you.
Cheers, Carl. Cheers, David.
Cheers, lads. Thank you.